The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Do. Yes, I do.
Judge, the state asks that you take judicial notice of the modification that was filed on December 2, 2024.
The court will take judicial notice of the Office of the Attorney General's motion to suit for modification of child support order that was filed with the court on December 2nd of 2024.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, the state also asked that you take judicial notice of the prior order that was signed on November 19, 2013, that set child support at $787 a month.
The court will also take judicial notice of the October 30th, 2013 child support review order that set Mr. Turner to carry health insurance through his employer, and it also set child support at $787 a month beginning November 1st of 2013.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Mr. Turner first. Mr. Turner, can you state your name for the record, sir?
Walter Douglas Turner II.
Mr. Turner, where do you work, sir?
Union Pacific Railroad.
And did you provide a copy of your earnings?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, may I publish Mr. Turner's earnings that he provided?
You may share your screen.
Mr. Turner, is this what you provided today?
Yeah, I can't really see it, but I'm assuming that's it. Oh, I could blow it up. Yeah.
It says Building America, top right. And
yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, it says my name on it, Walter Douglas Turner II.
And the period ending is January 15, 2025 here, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then the cash earnings is year to date is $10,040.43.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Turner, do you have any other children besides the child in this case?
No, one child, 20%.
Okay. And Mr. Turner, are you still providing health and dental for the one child in this case?
Yes, through United Healthcare. I also have the Flex spending card. I think it has like $3,200 on it for co-pays. She has one card, I have one card.
Okay. And how much how much does it cost you to cover the child in this case through your employer for health and dental per month?
I think it's $277.
Your Honor, I'm going to stop publishing his report.
Just one moment, Mr. Decremention. Mr. Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
The $277.54 for health insurance, does that cover just you or you and your son?
My daughter, me and my daughter. Yes, ma'am.
And that you're the only ones on there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that a pay period or per month?
That's per month.
Okay. So do you know how much it costs just to cover your daughter?
It's we pay one lump sum for you and your whole family.
Okay. So then that would mean, if I'm understanding correctly, Mr. Decremention, that for just the child, it's $138.77 a month. Is that what you got?
$138.77.
No, I'm just asking. Okay, let's see.
Yes, Your Honor. If we divide 277.54 by 2.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, you may continue, Mr. Decremention.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm going to stop publishing this report.
Yes, you may.
Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Ms. Sweeney.
Okay, just one moment. Are you done with Mr. Turner?
At this time.
Okay. Ms. Prevos, do you have any questions for Mr. Turner based on his testimony?
No.
Okay. You may call your next witness, Mr. Darkmongian.
State calls Ms. Sweeney. Ms. Sweeney, can you state your name for the record?
Yeah, Madison Sweeney.
Ms. Sweeney, who do you work for?
The Office of the Attorney General.
And how long have you been there?
About 11 years.
And what are your duties there? Do you calculate support?
Yes, I calculate child support and medical support as well as retroactive child support and medical support.
Now, did you calculate the child support in this case?
I did.
And how did you calculate it, ma'am?
I calculated it based on a calculation worksheet that did you want me to share that and go through it? Because I calculated based on the gross with credit for health insurance and all of that.
Well, can you run through it first?
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
we can publish it later.
So, okay, and so based on the pay stub that the non-custodial parent provided, the calculated gross income monthly would be $9,464.61. With credit for medical, we did do the $278 credit for medical, and then making that net $7,079.19. One child on this order would be 20% with no other children. So at first, the calculated monthly child support would increase to $1,416.
Okay. Now, you gave him credit for the full 278. How much would that be if you put in 138.77?
So with $139 credit of medical support, it would actually go to $1,444 a month.
Do you
Uh,
have a
what-
question for Ms. Sweeney?
Were any union dues taken out?
There was not any union dues I did see on the pay stub.
And were there any anything taken out for deductions for railroad retirement or railroad Medicare?
So there are taxes withheld of an amount of $2,107.42 from that gross income, equaling to that net resources of what child support is calculated based on.
Well, based on what was it based on calculations from the deductions of taxes?
What was the net, Ms. Sweeney? He's
The net,
asking.
yeah, the net was $7,218.19.
And what was that based off of? Which the check stub that he showed? What was the net was for two? That's four. It was $2,000 some dollars.
What is your question, Mr. Turner? I'm confused what your
Oh,
question is.
my question is, I'm just trying to figure out why. So my take home pay, I believe it was $2,000 and something I took home. And that was the deductions from taxes. We pay more.
Okay, Mr. Turner, you're
Yes, ma'am.
giving me a lot of testimony and I need you to get to your question for Ms. Sweeney.
My question was all the deductions taken out? I don't believe all the deductions were taken out.
Mr. Darkmongian, do you want to share the spreadsheet? So maybe that will help Mr. Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, no. Ms. Sweeney, what deduction, Mr. Turner is wanting to know, you can stop sharing your screen, just Mr. Darkmongian. Ms. Sweeney, Mr. Turner, I believe is wanting to know what deductions were taken out to get to the net.
Okay, so the deductions taken out to get to the net were just taxes withheld based on a Texas guideline of $2,107.42. So it was not everything that was listed on your pay stub of the multiple 401ks and stuff that was not taken out.
Well, those aren't 401ks.
Mr. Turner, you have to ask a question.
Do you believe the tier 1 and tier 2 are 401ks?
No, I do not. So the tier 1 and tier 2 had not been redacted taken out from that initial
Can we
amount.
take those out? The
That is
tier
not up
one?
to decide.
Oh, can we take the tier? Oh, you can, okay. The tier
But
one,
hold on. I didn't hear Miss Sweeney's answer.
oh,
So what was the last thing you said, Miss Sweeney?
I said that wasn't up for me to decide if a tier 1 and tier 2 could be taken out based on that we don't exclude those.
You have another question, Mr. Turner?
and was I believe it's Medicare taken out?
Yes, I did give you credit for the health insurance.
No, for, that's, I wish I would have printed it out. There's they make us pay in tier one, tier two, and something like Medicare and Medicaid. I'm not sure what it is. I was just wondering, was that taken out because we pay more into railroad retirement than Social Security because we have to pay into two. It's not an option. So I was wondering, was that going to be able to be deducted too?
No, you would, and for me to recalculate any numbers, I would need the cost of union dues since I did not see those, but those are the only other thing I would calculate to change the amount.
Okay.
Any other questions, Mr. Turner?
Not at this moment, ma'am.
You may be excused, Miss Sweeney.
Thank you.
Mr. Darkamongian, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. State calls Ms. Prevos. Ms. Prevos, can you state your name for the record?
Paula Pravia.
Ma'am, do you have any safety concerns, ma'am?
As of today, no, but at one point I did.
Okay, when you said at one point you did, what situations, what happened at that time?
Well, myself and Mr. Turner, we just have a hard time of being in the same, well, had a hard time being in the same room with each other, especially, maybe at certain game events or things like that. It was just, very hostile. And so, yeah.
Would y'all yell at each other or would you get physical?
Never physical, but we did have a point where we were like face to face yelling at each other over a conversation I was trying to have with our daughter, and he just either didn't like what I was saying to her, and so it just created a scene.
Okay, and how long ago was this?
So maybe end of last year. It was still volleyball season for the school, so maybe October, November.